Welcome back. If you have viewed our very first virtual yoga class, I hope you enjoyed it. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to do a little bit more flow. So I don't know where you live, but where we are, it's pretty chilly. So it's nice to sometimes use the body to create some heat and help to release and open things up. I'm going to walk you through some breathing techniques to start. We're going to do a nice complete warm-up of the body. We'll be using a strap, so if you don't have one nearby now, you may want to get one. And it doesn't have to be a yoga strap. You can use a tie, a scarf, a belt, ribbon, hair ribbon. So anything that'll just let you bridge that gap, because that's what straps allow us to do. And if you want a blanket, depending on what type of floor you're on, you may want a blanket under the knees at different times or under the tailbone. So it's just nice to have these things nearby before you even start your practice so that you don't have to stop and go searching for them. You can also have a bolster nearby as well, and a block or a large book that can help you as well. So you don't need any fancy yoga equipment. You can use stuff right at your house. I'm going to guide you through various techniques of how to kind of help open the body but also create warmth at the same time. Before we start though, we're going to start with a little centering technique, which will be using a singing bowl. There are lots of different size bowls. I don't know if you're familiar with them, but they all make different tones of vibration. And you know, we are very vibrational beings because we are so fluid, and it can kind of help to balance us at times. If you've ever noticed, sometimes maybe certain sounds either make you feel at ease or calm or put you on edge, and this is why. And we all react differently because we're all individuals, but some sounds are more appealing and soothing. And I'm not really sure how this will sound on audio, so I thought we would give it a try first, and then going forward, if it sounds pleasant on audio, we'll utilize it again in other classes. What you want to do when you're listening to a singing bowl is to just kind of center yourself wherever you are, whether it's seated on the floor or in a chair, and eyes can be open or closed. You'll want to try to listen to the vibration for as long as you can hear it. Again, that's going to vary depending on person to person and depending on the bowl used, and maybe what you're experiencing. You know, if you have an ear infection or fluid in the ear, that can hinder sometimes how long you can hear it. So just listening to that vibration for as long as you can hear it. Allow it to settle in, create a focal point for you from the inside. Reminding yourselves to just be here for this time. Just allow yourselves to enjoy your practice. So go ahead and find a nice comfortable seated posture. If at any time the bell or the vibration is too much, just feel free to place the hands over the ears. The shoulders are back and down, away from the ears. Chin is level or slightly down. Soften your gaze. So just release the muscles in the face, through the forehead. Eyes are opened or closed. Eyes can stay closed if they are closed. Returning to your breath. Bring that awareness back to the breath. Find a flow in your own breathing. We're going to start to create some heat through our breath by utilizing Ujjayi breathing, or Ujjayi breath, also known as ocean breath or victorious breath. What this will do is this will really heat the body from your navel. And that heat's going to radiate out and start to warm the entire body. How we do this is similar to if you are fogging up a window or a mirror. So imagine that feeling, and maybe you want to do that now, just holding the hand in front of the mouth. Take a breath in. Open the mouth and then exhale out through the mouth. So notice that sensation of that exhale happening in the back of the throat. But throughout the practice, what we want to do is do that with the lips closed. So try it again. Again, the hand can be up just to give you that kind of visualization, even though we're going to close the lips. Go ahead, inhale. And then exhale in the back of the throat like you're fogging a window, but close the lips. And you'll notice that sound that happens in the back of the throat, and you can see why it may be likened to the ocean. For some people, that's a very calming noise, especially internally. If you find that you don't like making it or it's uncomfortable, especially in a class, then that's something that you'll have to think about whether or not you want to do it in class or how intensely you want to do it. If others are doing it, some people really get into Ujjayi breath, and it can be, really noisy. So if that bothers you, just maybe knowing that you might want to position yourself not right next to them, or utilizing maybe a softer earplug if your teacher is okay with that, where you can still hear the teacher's instructions but not as intensely hear someone else's Ujjayi breath. So again, sitting up nice and tall, shoulders are back and down. Ujjayi breath can be used on its own or as a way of linking your movements. So it's really nice to use in flows because it lets you keep a rhythm of your inhale and exhale as you're moving the body. Again, eyes open or closed. Go ahead and exhale. On the inhale, draw that breath in nice and deep. And then exhale, Ujjayi, back of the throat, lips closed. Again, inhale. Exhale, Ujjayi. Again, inhale. Exhale, Ujjayi. Just return to normal breath. Notice how you feel, again, observing the body, always observing the body. That's our indicator as to how we're feeling in our breathing techniques, in our yoga practice, and just in life in general. So if you feel dizzy or lightheaded, maybe not doing it as deeply, or maybe just try with one breath, return to a normal breath, and then go back to Ujjayi and just keep floating between the two. But you should start to feel some heat being created. We're going to do that again, 3 rounds. Go ahead, exhale, and then take a big inhale. Exhale, Ujjayi. Inhale. Exhale, Ujjayi. Again, inhale. Exhale, Ujjayi. Return to normal breathing. And again, notice your body. You feel that heat starting to rise. You can continue with Ujjayi whenever you want throughout the practice. But we're going to keep going with our warm-up. So on the exhale, drop the chin towards the sternum. With the head forward, start to take the head in a very slow left to right motion. Let the chin drop back down through the center of the chest. Take your time. The neck is a very delicate area. You don't want any jarring movements. And again, you're linking your breath. So on your exhale, take the head down. On the inhale, you're drawing the head up to one side. Exhale through center. Inhale up. Go ahead and do one more on each side. Then bring the chin back down to the center of the chest. Noticing that breath. On the next inhale, take the head center. On the inhale, lift the arms overhead. Interlace the hands. Draw the palms up towards the ceiling. Really reach and stretch through the sides. Exhale, lean slightly right. Inhale, center. Reach through the sides. Exhale, left. Inhale and reach. Stretch through the sides. Exhale, release the hands. Take them all the way down, palms on the floor. We're going to stretch through the wrists and the forearms. This is especially good if you find that you're working at a computer a lot or doing any type of repetitive movements with the hands. Start to walk the fingers away from one another. Just continue that rotation till you get to a comfortable spot for you. Does not matter how far you're turning them. What feels good for you? That is what you need to remind yourselves of throughout every single yoga practice that you do. Doesn't matter what your neighbor's doing. What are you doing? Your practice is right there on your mat. What will allow you to keep coming back to your practice? If we injure ourselves, then we can't do our yoga practice. That's not going to benefit us to push the body to the point where we hurt ourselves. Take the fingers back around. This time bring them in towards one another. So again, just come back to the breath. Walking the fingers back out. Fingers are pointing away from you. We'll do one hand at a time. Turn the left palm up. Fingers are going to face you. Very gently pushing on the back of the hand. Again, a lot of little bones running through the wrist. Just like with that neck area, it's a delicate area. We want to be gentle. Turn that left palm up, over, right palm up. Gently press on the back of the hand. And as you're doing this, keep observing and scanning the body. Noticing how with each area that you're working on, how it opens. You almost can feel that blood flow a little bit easier. Might be a tingling sensation. Turn that palm back over. Sitting back, lift the hands halfway, rotate through the wrists. So that's an indicator of that energy moving and flowing, is that feeling that you feel in reverse direction as you're opening each area. With each stretch, with each posture, with each breath, you'll feel a shift in the body. Taking the hands down by the sides. We're going to move into table, so onto the hands and knees. Remembering space between the knees. Hand is directly under the shoulder, so that wrist and shoulder are aligning. Fingers are spread, back is level. On the exhale, start to round the back. Dropping the chin towards the sternum, press the hands into the floor. Inhale, drop the belly and chest, lifting the head. Be mindful of how this feels. If you have any injuries or you're pregnant, you may not want to arch as deeply. Exhale, round. Inhale, open to cow. Use the breath each time. Exhale, rounding cat. Inhale, open to cow. Coming back to table, we're going to slide the hands out. We're going to open the hips a little bit more. This might feel weird, But it's just like when you rotate your wrists and your ankles. Same thing here. We're rotating the hips. We're opening the hips. You'll feel this. So get over that uneasiness that you feel within these motions and just appreciate how it feels in the body. And reverse. My knee always pops doing this. So you might hear some popping, but as long as we're moving slowly, generally we're allowing the body to shift back into where it wants to be. Come back to table, tucking the toes, push the hips back towards the heels. You can shift side to side here, really settling in to this stretch. Remember, the toes are pulling back here, if you can see this motion. We're not used to that. If you believe in reflexology, then you know that the foot is a map of the rest of the body. And we neglect our feet often. So when we open in this way, it can be really intense. Just take it slow. Be here for a few breaths, and then just come back to the top of the foot. If you want to deepen this stretch, you can walk up onto the knees. Making sure all the toes are pulled back if you are still in this pulled back position. You're still focusing on the breath. Every time that you can, remind yourselves to come back to the breath. The more that we do it, the more that we're creating that positive habit of recognizing the breath so that we can know what clues it's giving us. Come onto the hands, releasing the toes, tapping them on the floor. Remember, if you get a foot cramp, come into downward dog. Lift both feet, rotate through the ankles. And reverse. Lowering the feet. We're going to tuck the toes. And we're going to press up into Adho Mukha Shavasana, downward facing dog. Remember, what does downward facing dog do for you? How does it feel? If you want the heels to be touching the floor, then let them, if that feels good. If it feels good to take a wider stance and have the heels up slightly, then do that. Don't do what you think you should because a book showed it that way. Listen and observe your body. On the inhale, look up between the hands, step or jump the feet to the hands. We're going to come halfway up, lengthen through the spine. Exhale and fold. On the inhale, lift the arms all the way up. Take the palms together, heart center. Exhale, hands down. Tadasana. So remembering, Tadasana is one of our neutral postures for standing. So at any time that we want, we can come back to Tadasana. And again, just because you saw it in a book with the legs together, feet touching, if that does not feel good for you, if that does not allow you stability, then put space between the feet. Think of that in every posture. Let go of what you saw in a book or on a video. Let go of what you saw someone in class do. What feels good for you? The more we listen to our bodies, the better off we'll be. The person in the book, the person beside you in class, me, we're all different and anatomically. So what feels good in a posture for me might not for you, and vice versa. We're going to start to flow. We're actually going to move through Sun Salutation B, a variation of it. Sun Salutation B is longer, so of course, change any postures that you need. If you want to transition from floor through table to down dog, do that. If we're in plank and you want to put the knees on the floor, do that. If you want to stop and pause, take a drink of water, do that. So go at your own pace. Standing at the top of the mat, the shoulders are back and down away from the ears. We are going to flow through this Sun Salutation 3 times. On the inhale, reach. Exhale, sit and bend the knees into chair. Finish folding. Inhale, coming halfway up, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, hands down. We're going to step back to plank. Take a full breath in. Exhale, slowly lower. Inhale, lift. Either Sphinx with the forearms on the floor, Bhujangasana, which is this, Cobra, or Urdhva Mukha Shavasana, where you're going to take the knees and thighs off the floor. Tucking the toes, we're going to push up Adho Mukha Shavasana. Downward dog. On the inhale, lift the right leg up behind you. Feel yourself push it away first. Then draw the knee forward. Place the foot on the floor. Back foot can stay on the ball of the foot or drop the heel down, whatever feels good. Inhale, lift. Arms can come up or hands can be at heart center. Exhale, hands down. Take that right foot back, plank. Full breath in. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Dropping the knees if they're lifted. Tuck the toes. Adho Mukha Shavasana. Left leg up. Feel it push away first. Stretch through the groin. Draw that knee forward. Foot on the floor. Inhale up. Use each area of the body so that you're not ever just using one set of muscles to pull you through. That'll avoid injury. Step back to plank. Breath in. And down. Inhale up. Tucking the toes. Adho Mukha Shavasana. Come back to the breath here. We did both sides. So just kind of hang out here in Adho Mukha Shavasana. Check in with the body. Check in with your breath. Looking up, step or jump the feet to the hands. We're going to come halfway up. Again, lengthen through the back. Exhale, fold. On the inhale, as we start to bring the arms up, we're going to sit back down into that chair posture. Inhale up. Take the palms together. Exhale, hands to heart center. Tadasana. So that was one round of a modified Sun Salutation B, or you could change up any postures that you wanted throughout there, which would still make it a modified Sun Salutation B. We're going to do it 2 more times. I'll be talking less since I led you through it that first time, a little bit slower. You go at your own pace. If you want to flow with me, that's fine. If you want to go ahead of me, that's fine. And if you want to go at your own pace and slow it down a bit, that's fine as well. Coming back into Tadasana. Inhale, reach, then sit. Fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, step to plank. Breath in. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Adho Mukha Shavasana. Right leg up. Swing through. Inhale up. Exhale down. Step to plank. Breath in. Exhale down. Inhale, lift. Adho Mukha Shavasana. Left leg up. Swing through. Inhale up. Exhale down. Plank. And lower. Inhale up. Adho Mukha Shavasana. Hold here. Using Ujjayi breath if you want. Looking up, step or jump the feet to the hands. Come halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift, sit to chair. Reaching up. Exhale, hands down. Tadasana. That was round 2. We'll do it one more time. I'll be talking even less. I'm going to utilize Ujjayi breath through this last flow so that you can see what that's like, or hear what that's like. From Tadasana, shoulders are back. Inhale, reach. Again, check in, observe the breath, observe the body. We're going to move into another flow. So turn and face any direction that you want. If you want to utilize a wall as support, just think of the wall as another prop. So just like the bolster, the block, the straps, using that at any time that you feel that it will offer you the support that you're looking for. I'm going to take my strap, and I'm just going to have it handy in case I want it. So when you're in a standing posture, the best thing to do is place it around the neck or the shoulder so that you don't have to keep bending up and down to get it. Again, just like with our seated postures, it'll be there if you choose that you want it. So coming into Tadasana, again, find that stance that allows you to feel balanced. This will be a balancing flow. We will do it on each side 3 times. So with vinyasa or any type of flows, a lot of times you'll find that they run through the flow at least 3 times. Just like with the first sun salutation, I will walk you through it slowly, and then I'll use less verbal cues and allow you to flow through it at your own pace. So from Tadasana, we're going to shift our weight into this left leg. Draw the right leg up. Flex the foot, so pull the toes back. Interlace the hands. Take the hands around the knee. Hold here, dropping those shoulders down. We're not scrunching up. We're going to release that knee. Start to point the toe. Drop that knee down. Catch the foot, draw that leg back in. Left hand can come to heart center. Releasing that foot again. Start to bring it forward. Flex the foot, taking the strap if you want. And you're going to place it around the sole of that foot. Come back to here. Leg is bent, if you can see. And then take that leg straight out. Bend that leg back in. We're going to
Take both straps in one hand and start to rotate that knee back down. Let that strap rotate around the foot. You can take both straps around you. You could stay right here if you want. If you want to continue, you're going to take that foot back as we come into dancer. And release that back down. We're anchored into this left leg. Release the strap, foot down. Shift back into the right leg. Draw the left leg up. Knee is bent, foot flexed, hands around the knee. Remember, we're flowing with our breath. Release. Start to point that leg down, catching that foot. Use a strap here if you want. Draw that thigh back in, hand at heart center. Bring that leg back through. Take a strap. Extend that leg. Bend back in. Both straps in one hand. Rotate that leg. Staying right here if you want. Or lifting that leg as you take the arms behind you. Using the strap to draw that leg up more, if that feels good for you. Release. Come back around. Leg is bent and down. So it's all about creating balance in each of the legs, which ultimately create balance through our core, through our central body. So we're working on each side of balance as well as control. So it's about controlling our movements. So if we want to take the leg to here today and just have the hand rest right here. It doesn't have to draw up here. Remember, it's your practice. You want the leg here? Fine. And then to point that leg down, you would come to here. Hand can still be here, other hand here. You don't have to use the strap. Bring that leg back around to the front. So if others have that leg extended, you're right here. And then we come back around to dancer. You're going to come back to here. What is key? Key is that you're working on balance for you, not struggling the whole time just to go into a posture because that's the way it looks by somebody else. Observe, observe, observe yourself. Make the practice benefit you. Come back to Tadasana. We're going to do this 2 more times on each side. Go ahead and shift into the left leg. Draw the right knee up. Catch the knee. We're going to move a little bit quicker as we flow. Drop the knee down. Catch the foot. Draw it in. Release. Take your strap. Extend that leg out. Draw it behind us. And up. Come back down. And lower. Other side. You can keep the strap in the hand if you want. Lift, catch the knee. Knee down, leg in. Release. Strap around the foot. Extend. Bring it back behind us. Release. And down. That was the second round. Notice our breath. We're not holding it. We're using it. Shift into the left leg. Right leg up. Draw that knee down, leg in. Leg back to front. Leg out. Draw that leg behind us. And up. And down. Leg in and lower. Other side. Last time. Catch the knee. Draw that leg in. Release. Extend. Bring it behind. And release. Shake it out. Check in with the body. I'm just noticing how you're feeling. Some days you're going to feel really anchored and balanced. Some days you'll feel a little more shaky. For me today, I feel it that I'm more shaky in my left leg. The left side for me is always a little bit weaker. So that's just something that I can work with today or over the next few days if I want. And just kind of thinking about why that might be happening maybe. So do that same thing for yourself. And don't ever judge yourself from day to day. Don't think, well, I did it last class. What's my problem? Why can't I do it this time? Don't judge yourself. Just like we try not to judge others, same applies for you. Okay, so it's a little bit different today. You can think about why that might be, but in the meantime, work with the way it is. We're going to do one more standing flow. If you want a block or that book nearby, you can, because we will be taking the hand down to the floor. So come back into Tadasana, top of the mat. Take the hands to heart center. We're going to shift into this left leg. Draw that right knee up. Step that foot back. You're bending into the left leg. You're in a high crescent here, but the arms aren't raised. Drop that back heel. We're going to lift the arms, Virabhadrasana 1. Open, so just shift the upper body and the arms. Legs stay where they are, Virabhadrasana 2. Turn the front palm up, back hand comes down. Reaching, as you slide that back hand down, reach with that top arm. Feel it push away so you can deepen this stretch through the side of the body. On the inhale, coming back up. You can use a block here if you want. So we're going to take the body forward, turn that back palm up. Either take the forearm to the thigh, or you're going to take the ribs to the thigh, hand to the floor, or block. So on the inhale, bring the whole body forward, either forearm here. Everyone's going to bring this back arm up and over the ear, or ribs here, hand to the floor, or block. Again, you're reaching away with this hand, this top hand, to increase and deepen this stretch through the outer side of the body. On the inhale, come back up. You can use the hand here if you want. Drop the back arm, pivot the body, come to the ball of that back foot, hands to heart center. Again, we're going to use all of our muscles so we don't pull anything. We're not just going to use one set. So start to shift into that front leg, draw that back leg up, foot down, legs together, Tadasana. And we'll switch sides. You can stay where you are. I'm just going to turn so my back isn't turned to you. So we're going to shift into this right leg this time. Draw the left leg up, stepping it back. Hands are at heart center, so you're bent into this right leg. Drop the back heel. We're going to inhale, body is facing forward. Inhale up, Virabhadrasana 1. Open to 2. Drop the back hand, front palm is up. Reverse warrior as we slide that back arm down, reaching away with that top arm. Inhale back up. Coming into that side, intense side angle. Forearm to thigh or hand to floor block. Back palm turns up. Reaching up and over. Reach away. Inhale, come up. Use the hand here if you want. Back to warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Drop the back arm, pivot the body towards the front. Hands to heart center. Use all your muscles. Come forward. You can slide that foot up. Placing both feet down. Tadasana. My shirt keeps getting stuck on my pockets. So I'm just going to keep switching back and forth. You don't have to do that. So you could stay right where you are. You're just going to be switching. So one time you'll be open this way. On the next leg, you'll be open this way. We'll do 2 more flows of this. From Tadasana, hands to heart center. Lift that right leg up, step back. Drop the heel and reach. Open to Virabhadrasana 2. Drop the back hand, front palm up, reach, reverse warrior. Inhale up, any version you want. I'll do the other way so you can see it. Inhale up, Virabhadrasana 2. Pivot back around. Bring that leg up. Tadasana. You should feel a lot of heat running through the body. We'll do the other side. Hands to heart center, draw that left leg up, step back. Drop the heel, reach the arms up. Open Virabhadrasana 2. Reverse warrior. Coming up, intense side angle. Virabhadrasana 2. Come back around to center. Stepping forward. Tadasana. One more set on each side. So don't forget, keep checking in with yourselves here. Take a drink of water when you need to. Draw that right leg up, step back. Drop the heel. Virabhadrasana 1. Virabhadrasana 2. Reverse warrior. Coming forward. Any version that you want. Virabhadrasana 2. Center. Stepping forward. Tadasana. Last one. Draw the left leg up, step back. Drop that heel, reaching up. Open. Use the breath with each movement. Make it fluid. Feel as if you're dancing, flowing through, but allow yourselves time to pause in each posture so that you can really feel the full expression and the benefit that it's offering. Tadasana. Take a breath. And release. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. You put a slight bend in the knees here if you want. Just allow some release through the neck, through the shoulders. We're going to step all the way back into plank. So both legs come back. Body is forward. Go ahead and come down to the knees. And then push back into Balasana, child's pose. So here, child's pose is a nice neutral floor posture. It can bring a lot of grounding and balance, allows you to press pause, and a lot of variation here. So you could have the thighs together with the belly resting on the thighs, and you're all just staying in child's pose while I'm talking. You could open the legs, have the big toes touching, and let the belly and chest drop down between the legs. Arms can be reaching out in front of you. You can walk them away if you want to deepen the stretch and make it more active. Or you could take the hands behind you, reaching for the feet. So again, you're just feeling it a little bit differently through the body. So just decide what type of Balasana, what version of Balasana you want to do today. Doesn't mean you have to do it that way every time. The neck is relaxed. So in Balasana, you're not just holding the head here. Let the forehead come to the floor. If the forehead isn't reaching today, then just take a block or your book and rest the forehead on the block or book. Point is, you're relaxing, you're releasing through the body. So just be here for another breath or two. On the inhale, slowly coming up. Take your time. Check in with how you're feeling. The body should feel nice and warm. Muscles are open. ligaments, tendons are open. We're going to come into a seated posture. Again, you can have your props nearby. Go ahead and take both legs out. Coming into this wide angle seated posture. Doesn't matter how open the legs are. You could have them here. You could have them all the way out. What works for you today? You may find that you do want to make sure that there's something under the heel, especially if you're on a hardwood surface. So sitting up nice and tall, remembering that as odd as it might sound, some of us might need to move some flesh out of the way. And it may sound silly, but once you do it, you're like, oh, wow. I see how that can kind of throw you off balance sometimes. You feel your sitting bones more connected with the ground, which allows you to feel more stable. So the toes are going to pull back here. Reconnect with your breath. Spine is long. You can keep utilizing the Ujjayi breath here if you want. Take the hands in front. We're going to walk ourselves out. So just go to where this feels good for you. If you feel the sitting bones lifting off the floor, that's your cue to stop walking out and just stay right there. You don't want the legs to roll in, so as you're walking out, there's a tendency for that to happen. Feel as if you had your hands here and you were rotating the thighs back as you're coming forward. So let the hips roll through their socket. Let the thighs draw back so that the legs aren't rolling in. Toes are going to stay pulling back. Come back to the breath here. Walk yourselves up. We're going to turn the whole body towards the right leg. Again, we're still situated through our sitting bones. Go ahead and take the body forward. Again, allow this rolling movement from the hips. If it feels better to let the hip kind of slide with you, that's fine. You don't have to lock the hip there and then pull a ligament or tendon through this left area and possibly causing some sacral issues or low back issues. Let that hip joint roll with you if you want. And then bring the body forward. The belly can come towards the thigh, or if it feels okay to round the back and take the head towards the shin, you can do that as well. Just come back to the breath each time that we're moving. Go ahead and lift, walk yourselves back up, coming back to center. Turning to the left. Again, rolling through that hip. Bringing the body forward. Inhale, coming up and walking back to center. We're going to take the legs in. If it doesn't feel good to bend the knees, you can just leave them extended or even bring them straight out in front of you. We're just going to move into a gentle twisting posture. I'm in half lotus, so I have my right foot in my left hip crease. If that doesn't feel good, you can just have one foot in front of the other. But we will want to switch whichever way you have them crossed once we do the other side. So on the inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, start to turn to the right. Separate the body with the hands. Right hand is behind you, left hand in front. Hands are touching the floor or a block under each hand. And then press into the floor or block to twist a little deeper. Look over that right shoulder. Maintain a long spine, so we don't want to be bent like this. So if that means we only twist to here today, that's okay as long as the spine is long. On the inhale, feel that spine lengthen. On the exhale, you can press deeper into the floor, deepening that twist as you're looking over the right shoulder. Twisting postures are great to massage those internal organs, helps with digestion, just gets things moving in general. Let the hands slide back to center with the body. On the inhale again, reach up. Actually take the hands back down. We're going to switch legs. So whatever way you had them crossed, switch. Now take the hands back up. Go ahead, turn to the left, separate the body, hands are down on the floor, press into the floor. Looking over the left shoulder this time. Again, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, deepening the twist if that feels good. It's just another reminder that we're using the breath, consciously using the breath. Exhale, come back through the center. Come back to that breath. Take a breath in. Exhale and release. So we're going to move into relaxation or Shavasana. But first we're going to come onto our backs and kind of just release the spine, release the hips. Coming to our backs, you can go ahead and hug the knees in, gently rocking here if that feels good for you. And let both legs fall to the right. The chest is open, arms can be extended. If you want to deepen this, you could take that top leg all the way out, and you could extend the bottom leg down to the mat. So whatever feels best, either keep the knees bent and stacked or extend them out. If they're extended, go ahead and start to bend them back in. Everyone returning to their back. Hug in, rocking. And let both legs drop over to the left. Again, keeping them stacked or extending top leg out, bottom leg length of the mat. Bending the legs in if they're extended. Everyone returning to the back. Hug in one more time, gently rocking. So as we move into Shavasana, there are a lot of variations. With the first virtual class we just did that standard corpse posture. So by all means, if that feels good for you, you can extend the legs out, extend the arms out. Palms can be up or down. Depends what feels good today for you. Some people like to have the arms overhead. If that doesn't bother your shoulders, you can do that. You can place a bolster under the knees if you want. So this is another variation of corpse pose, if you want to do that. And if it doesn't feel good to be on your back, you can lay on your side, or you can place two bolsters under you and lay the belly on the bolster. So you would kind of be like in child's pose, but have the bolsters under you. So just kind of depending on the size of your bolsters and how comfortable it is for you, you could use two of them, you could use one of them, and just lay the chest down and let the head rest this way. So it's all about what feels good for you today, because remember, with Shavasana, we really do want to be able to just relax and release just for a few moments at least. Even if you just do Shavasana for 2 or 3 minutes, it'll be so beneficial to just kind of reset the nervous system. So go ahead and decide what you want to do today. Coming into your expression of relaxation. And as you're here, just kind of come back to the breath. Again, observe the body. With each exhale, go ahead and breathe into the muscles. Just relax. I will let you know when to come out of it, so you don't need to worry or watch the clock. Begin to deepen the breath. Wiggling the fingers and toes. Making small circles with the wrists and ankles. Taking the arms overhead for a full body stretch. Hugging the knees to the chest. Gently rocking side to side. We're going to roll the whole body to either side. If you roll to the right side, it's said to be calming and grounding. If you roll to the left, or if you roll to the right side, it's said to be energizing. If you roll to the left, it's said to be calming and grounding. Again, just come back to the breath as you're here. Allow that sense of peace and calm to settle in. Recognize and appreciate that sense of peace and calm radiating through your entire body, so that whenever you need to come back to this feeling, know that it's right there, it's accessible. And the way it's accessible is just by returning to your breath. Using the hands, pushing yourselves to a seated posture. We'll close with one vibration of Om. If you don't want to do this, you don't have to. I will cue everyone to exhale completely, and then draw a nice deep inhale, and that's when we'll begin the Om. Shoulders are back and down, eyes can be opened or closed, hands to heart center. Exhale completely. Inhale. Take a breath in. Exhale, lower the chin to the sternum. Just take a second and honor yourself. Inhale, lifting the head, open the eyes. Namaste. Namaste is a blessing, meaning the light in me honors the light in you.